Okay, so this video we're talking about inscribed quadrilaterals. So to start, we just need to kind of give ourselves a reminder of what a quadrilateral is. So a quadrilateral is any sort of four-sided shape. So it could be a square, or a rectangle, or a crazier four-sided shape. Any four-sided shape is considered a quadrilateral. And when we're dealing with triangles, all the three angles of a triangle always add to 180 degrees. When dealing with quadrilaterals, all the angles added together add to 360 degrees. So if we look at these first two example problems, we're given three of the four angles, so finding the fourth angle is pretty simple because these all need to add to 360. So if I add these up, if I do 105 plus 105 plus 54, then I end up with 210 plus 54 is 264. So all the other angles add to 264 degrees. So to figure out this last angle, I can just do 360 minus 264. So 360 minus 264 is 96. So this question mark angle right here is 96 degrees. And then it's the same idea over here. I'm looking for W. So if I add 69 and 95 and 102, I'm left with 266. So to find that third angle, I just do 360 minus 266, which is 94. So this angle is 94 degrees. Okay, the next part, I have some more quadrilaterals with some different information given. So this here is a right angle, which means it's 90 degrees. So all of these angles are 90 degrees. So I can do the same thing I just did to figure out what this angle should be. So I do 90 plus 90 plus 90 is 270. 360 minus 270 is 90, which makes sense. So this angle is 90 degrees. But this asks me to solve for x. So 4x plus 22 equals 90. Then I can go ahead and minus 22 from both sides. And 4x is equal to 68. And then if I divide by 4 on both sides, x equals 68 divided by 4, which is 17. So x equals 17. And then it's the same idea over here. I can figure out what this third angle is if I do, well, first I need to add them all together. So I have 55 plus 118 plus 76, which is 249. So to figure out what that last angle is, I'm going to do 360 minus 249, which is 111. So 7x plus 2 is equal to 111. So I'm going to go ahead and minus 2 from both sides. So 7x equals 109. Divide by 7, divide by 7. 109 divided by 7 is about 15.6. So x equals about 15.6. Okay, so now we're going to keep talking about quadrilaterals, but oh, we're not quite to where we're talking about it inscribed in circles yet. We have a couple more before we do that. So I'm going to start these with a similar idea. So this, if I look right here at this quadrilateral, I know what these two angles are, but these two angles I don't know what either of them are. So first I'm just going to figure out as a whole what they should be. So if I do 82 plus 88, that gives me 170. And if I do 360 minus 170, That's equal to 190. So these two angles together equal 190 degrees. So if I add them together, 13x plus 4 plus 14x minus 3, together that should equal 190. So then I can just combine like terms over here. So 13x plus 14x is 27x. 4 minus 3 is a positive 1, and that's equal to 190. So then I'm going to minus 1 from both sides, and 27x equals 189. So if I divide both sides by 27, x equals 7. And then it's that same idea here on number 6. So I'm going to go ahead and do 80 plus 110 is equal to 190. 360 minus 190 is 170. So these two angles add to 170. So 41x minus 1 plus 46x plus 2 is equal to 170. So I'm going to combine like terms again. So 41x plus 46x is 87x. Negative 1 plus 2 is 1 equals 170. So I'm going to minus 1 on both sides. So I have 87x equals 169. 169 divided by 87 is about 1.9. So x equals 1.9. Now we're going to talk a little bit about quadrilaterals when they're inscribed in a circle. So there are a couple of things you need to know about inscribed quadrilaterals. So we already know that all 4 angles add to 360, and that's still true. But when they're inscribed in a circle, opposite angles, so like on number 7, angle x and angle z are opposite angles, and they add to 180 degrees. So that's the main information you need to know, along with what we've learned in past videos about inscribed and circumscribed and central angles. So if I look right here, I'm looking for this question mark angle, and I know that it's going to be half of this arc angle. So first I'm going to find the arc angle. So 80 plus 68 is 148. So that's what this is right here. And since this inscribed angle comes from those 2 points, it should be half of 148, which is 74 degrees. So this angle here is 74 degrees. So that's actually no new information from today, but information from the past video. On number 8 is information from today, because I know these opposite angles add to 180. So if this is 66, to find my question mark angle, I'm going to do 1 minus 66, which is 114 degrees. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and scroll to a couple more. So number 9, I'm given some information, not every piece of information. So I'm going to kind of have to look at this more closely. So this is very similar to the one we did right above it. I'm looking for this angle here, which is going to be half of this arc. So this arc is 70 plus 110, which is 180 degrees. And then half of 180 is 90. So this is 90 degrees. Okay, so then our last one, we have some x's to deal with. And what it wants is to find the measure of arc NS. So it wants to know this arc measure right here. However, I can't find that arc measure until I know what x is. I have to find x first. So using similar information to what I used right here on number 9, I know that this angle, if I multiply it by 2, is going to be this whole arc measure. So that's exactly what I'm going to do to try and find x. So if I do 2 times 8x minus 3, that's going to be equal to these two added together. So 3 plus 9x plus 40. So then I just need to do some simplifying. So I can multiply this 2 to both of these. So 2 times 8x is 16x. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. And then over here I have 9x and 3 plus 40, which is 43. So then I just want to get everything on the same side. So I'm going to minus 9x from this side and minus 9x from this side. Add 6, add 6. So then these cancel and these cancel. 16x minus 9x is 7x. And 43 plus 6 is 49. So then I can divide by 7, and 49 divided by 7 is 7. So I'm not quite done with my problem because I've found x, but this wants me to find the measure of arc NS, which is 3 plus 9x. So I can go ahead and plug 7 in for x, and then I have 3 plus 9 times 7. Well, 9 times 7 is 63, so I have 3 plus 63, which is 66 degrees. So the measure of that arc is 66 degrees.